It's a Twitter discussion video! Woo, party time! Everyone's favorite. That's the sound of a happy Ludicolo! I hate this thing. What's your Nemesis Pokemon? And why? A Nemesis Pokemon is a mon you not only dislike/hate the look of, but just hate in-game because of what it is or what it did to you, your team. Miltank comes to mind, as does Zubat, Wingull, Tentacool. But what's your unique experience? And then, because I'm super slow, it's taken me a few months to actually make this. But that means I got a bunch of replies, right? So first off, my Nemesis Pokemon would probably mostly be Crabominable. Everything about it I hate, from its lore to its move pool, and don't even get me started on its stupid designs, or smack it. My personal Pokemon ideas aside, let's get into it. Now I'm gonna tell you about today's sponsor, Mech Arena. I love mechs. Mecha is one of my favorite anime genres, and Mech Arena gets me my quick mech fix with their 5v5 battles always available at my fingertips. Plus the mech customization, oh yeah. That's why we all play mech games after all. It's one of the core aspects, and the art direction here. Oh, how cool. There's tons of fun, varied loadouts to try out for every match. So if you're a 360 no-scope sniper, or my personal favorite, a shotgun shogun, it's got you covered. There are dozens of mechs and weapons you can mix and match for different roles and tactics. And with Mech Arena's global launch just now underway, they are having a huge celebration event in-game. So now's the time to join, what with them giving out free gifts every day and all. It's free to play on Android and iOS right now, and you can use my personal link or the QR code right here on screen to get the Milspec skin. 500 A-coins, and 70,000 credits to help kickstart your game. And if you're quick, maybe you can add me on there. I'm Loxton, of course. And this is Gnoggin. Let's get into it. There were a lot of replies, and some of them were actually really odd or out of the ordinary choices, but hey, that's what makes all of our experiences unique to each person. And here are my favorite highlights, starting with Landeros. Kasul13 says, as a competitive player since 5th gen, picture of Landeros. Honestly, that's all you need. Anyone who really knows Pokemon is plagued by this stupid land god dog. And Gizmo brings up a good point. Pokemon should nerf mons more. Overpowered staples are boring. Thankfully, someone brought this up. It's good to see the community being just as annoyed with boring, stale metas as me, a person who doesn't play competitively at all, but occasionally hears about it from those who do. Here's a hot take from a terribly jaded gamer, which I think we all are, honestly. It's Stonjourner. I would have liked a cool Stonehenge Pokemon, but they just slapped an emoji face on some blocks and called it a day. It is a pretty meh design, but like, it's got the same face I do. It's even got the hair point. Do you secretly hate me? Oh no. Oh no, I agree with this one. Diggersby, because Bunnelby is so cute, I was excited to see what it would evolve into on my first playthrough, and my cute little bunny turned into a gub. From all them Durdosians, I read. But yes, OMG, I was expecting Bunnelby to turn into a humanoid bunny that was just Lopunny, but again. But instead it looks like that one jobless uncle that you see at family gatherings. Why not just make a normal rabbit for once? Huh? Or heck, just a rabbit with a gun. Digimon did that. It looks pretty okay. Ooh, or you can give a rabbit a huge speaker. A kicker, you could say. But speaking of normal and safe, there was someone whose Nemesis Pokemon was Shroomish. They go on to state, my starter on Emerald was Mudkip, and these mush fools would keep using Absorb on me early game. Made 13-year-old me mad AF, you know, mad as for alligator. But I can totally get that. An early game grass type that has some sort of healing in this game, it can be extremely irritating. And now that that's brought up, I'm actually surprised that no one from what I saw said Alomomola. Fish! It was definitely a nemesis of mine in Generation 7. The healing of the totem that it was with, which was wishy-washy, and the whole summoning mechanic, like, oh, you finally killed Alomomola, so it can't heal the totem anymore. Oh, but guess what? It summons another Alomomola. Oh gosh, please end my suffering. My PP isn't strong enough. Wait, hold on. Now, anything that punishes you for training just one Pokemon like your starter is big oof energy, ready to make a nemesis out of themselves. Like a grass Pokemon that heal, or in the case of Belphegordo, Jellicent. When I played White 2 as a child, I had the bad habit of only training the starter. My Samurott was easily 20 levels over the rest of my team, and only had water and normal moves, so whenever a Frillish or Jellicent with Water Absorb appeared, it was untouchable. Water Absorb is rude to children. Change my mind. You can't, can you? I don't want my super cool water Pokemon to know Sword Dance. It's gotta know Hydro Cannon, or Water Mega Blaster, or Squirt Gun, or all water type moves because it's a water type Pokemon. And all of the attacks have to drain HP from the opponent. It has to make the HP bar go down, otherwise it's not a good move. Yeah, that was me in my first couple Pokemon games too. Now, one that I found odd but completely understandable was Charizard. That's right, Charizard always and forever. The fans and the company keep cramming it down my throat, and getting bullied over your fake monster type love will for sure make someone jaded and hate the source even more. Don't even get me started on how much Game Freak loves this lizard. I feel like Charizard has had more versions of itself than Pikachu, minus the cosplay Pikachus, but honestly, that's just like Hatken being in Smash. It's not a real character. But speaking of Pikachu, another Pokemon I'm tired of? Pikachu. Actually, yeah, can we have interesting things again, please? Stop giving the gimmicks to Charizard, and actually stop with the gimmicks in general. We got 1 million Pikachus and 1,000,004 Charizards now. That goes for Nintendo as a whole, by the way. Stop with the gimmicks. We don't need a Pikmin 4 where you control 4 captains at once and you actually throw your controller like the Pikmin. Let's just play a normal game for once. You won't make a new F-Zero because it doesn't have some big new gimmick, but like HD graphics is a good enough gimmick, huh? What was 2D Mario Wii U Switch's gimmick? Sorry, tangent over. Besides, Dave hates Milotic. What is wrong? I get it, it's a cool Pokemon by design. See how he says by design? It's not actually cool, it's artificially cool seeming because they designed it to seem that way, right? Low-key, he hates the design, but understands that it appeals to the common folk. But what I couldn't stand was that one single Pokemon in Platinum ruining my entire team at the very end of the game. Mirror Coat, Aqua Ring, Ice Beam, and Surf is a very aggravating fight. And to boot, Bugcatcher Anti-Blog states, Cynthia's Milotic was a much bigger problem than her Garchomp. Her Milotic was an annoying mon, wasn't it? I mean, if you built your team beforehand knowing what she had, sure, an easy clap. But that would mean you're a cheater and you looked it up. Or it's your second time getting to her. I guess that means good for you, being able to adapt. But I swear, some of the champions are designed to hurt you if you are prepared for the Elite Four, but don't have that one mon that can save you against their main 1 or 2 mons, you know? Savian says, Magearna. Don't get me wrong, it is a cool Pokemon, but I loathe fighting it. It has 5 different sets. Oh. We're talking competitive, okay. It has 5 different sets, and if you predict wrong, it mows through your entire team with no ounce of mercy or regret. Mifo brings up a helpful bit with how Magearna's banned to Uber, so it can't hurt anyone. So, can we stop hating on her? No! Magearna apologists are just as bad as the Magearna users. Anything competitive can be really annoying at times, especially when a Pokemon like Magearna, who has 5 different sets, is considered main meta, but that's also how Pokemon works. The game isn't won in the battle, the game is won on the character select screen, and prayer. Here's another meta Nemesis Pokemon, Shuckle in locals. Hard DK enthusiast who has the strongest hatred for Shuckle, specifically the contrary Shuckle. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was the finals for my local Pokemon tournament, and I'd taken all my games pretty easily along with my final opponent, except for his last mon, Contrary Shuckle. I love these little glimpses into our viewers' lives. They're the best. Now, I know I should probably do a video on how Contrary Shuckle is. How does that work? Why would a Pokemon have that as an ability? What evolution could possibly support that? And then maybe, just maybe, when this person sees a Contrary Shuckle, they might just think of me instead of raging out. I could make a joke about how contrarians are just hipsters, which means... yeah, I kind of hope that this sticks with you instead of your hatred for Shuckle, the best Pokemon. How a Nemesis Pokemon is formed is pretty interesting to look into itself. Like, typically Wobbuffet isn't much of a problem. Like, maybe you don't like its face, sure. But if you're a Nuzlocke, then good lord, you must hate that monster. In fact, I had 3 followers in a row state the same thing. But okay, the next one has got to be the oddest one I could find. Poor Mimi goes on to say, okay, so I have a weird one. Toucanon. I have a bit of a phobia of toucans as a result of an unpleasant experience as a very small child with one at my local zoo, and somehow, despite Game Freak's marketing for Sun and Moon, I had no clue toucanon existed. I was dutifully raising my picky peck, having no idea that it was a 3-stage evolution. My cute AF woodpecker's sudden evolution into something I had buried so deep into my soul, I damn near threw up on my 3DS. I released it after the jump scare wore off, and never looked back. Oh no, you poor thing. Wait, editor, don't put a picture of the bird up. I hope it's not too late. If you already did, put a warning in front of it, specifically for Mimi. It's so odd and super neat and interesting how things like this happen. I've never even thought of being afraid of a specific animal and then that animal becoming a Pokemon. Like, on the one hand, I want to say, haha, funny experience, I can point and make fun of you, but also, oh, that's really sad, I'm sorry. I'm so torn between the two. Am I an Angle or a Devil? It is pretty funny, to be honest. Sorry. Thankfully, most Pokemon are friendly looking, but Toucanon, yeesh, sort of scowling. Such an angry bird.
Toucanon's freaking pissed.